Okay. So yeah, this is. So in the chat, there's me, Raid. This is my channel because you're obviously watching that, and I've got Uni, Mark, and Davvo, who are three guys from my guild. And I don't know, guild's been going quite a while now. It was the first big guild I joined, and yeah, it's pretty good fun. But I thought we'd tackle a few topics, just talking some nonsense, really. So I've got these topics are kind of random, but I kind of spoiled one to you guys earlier. So I guess we'll start with that. And it is kind of like a big thing. We've got the new Mando. And I haven't really looked at this other than this page that you pointed me to. Has anybody like really looked into this character?
Yes.
Who'd have thunked it?
Yeah, because you've been...
Imagine that.
Yeah, you've been hoarding all the Cantina energy for this, haven't you?
Yep.
How many days of stuff have you lost out on?
When was the post made? Because I've been hoarding since then.
Okay, it's quite a while then.
Yep.
Maybe 4 days.
Okay, so I guess we should have a look at his kit. So he's light side again. He's a leader. He's a scoundrel, but he's not a bounty hunter. Which kind of makes sense because they've already got a bounty hunter, Mando. And then he's got, I don't know. I find the synergy suggestions is a bit strange because they've not put like the other guy. Is it Kulil or whatever his name is? Quill. Yeah, they've not put him on there. They've just gone, oh yeah, just take Han and Chewbacca, you'll be fine. It's like, who don't they synergize with?
Yeah, it's one of the strongest.
Chewbacca is there because he gets extra ticks of damage on each of his attacks.
Oh, right, okay.
So he does his damage, then he does the health percent damage, so that counts as 4% TM to all scoundrels rather than the usual 2.
So I guess I should read the kit before so people know what we're on about,
Probably.
or at least I know what's going on. So on his basic, he stabs people with a knife, and he...
What a dude.
Yeah, like a hero, and he inflicts damage over time. If they're already debuffed, he inflicts damage a second time. His first special, which is the kind of weird thing, because it like puts him in a stance or something, doesn't it? So this is discipline set up.
Yep.
He gains 1 stack of whistling birds, which is the wrist rockety thing, for each enemy, up to 20 stacks, and then he has to use the swift takedown as his next move. So it's kind of like you use that, and then you have to use the next one. You can't choose to do something else.
It's basically a 2-turn long ability.
I mean, it does...
Like Ray's ult.
Yeah, I mean, it does say until the Mandalorian uses swift takedown. So does that mean, like, he can't use his basic? He's got to use this?
Yep.
Well, what happens if he gets ability blocked?
As far as I know, he will move through it. Because he can't use any other ability.
Yeah. Oh, it also says he can't...
Actually, yeah. Yeah, he is immune to ability block.
Oh, right, is that later on he's immune to it? Like part one of his
abilities? That's his unique.
Oh, okay. It also says he can't assist or counter while he's in the setup ability.
Nope.
But
because that would require him using an ability.
Yeah, but he ignores stealth and taunt, and gains another stack of his whistling birds whenever an enemy takes damage.
Yep.
So, okay. I guess we don't really know how good these whistling bird stacks are yet.
Depends on his stats, which I'm expecting are going to be fairly good.
Yeah, but what is it going to be, like one big AoE, or is it going to be like each stack is like a little hit?
You can read that in the next ability.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then Whistling Birds, when he uses it, they deal true damage to target enemy for each stack when using Swift Takedown. There we go, answered the question. His next...
So he uses 5 at the start for an AoE, and then expends all the rest on the target enemy.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that could be alright. And it's true damage
so it's
as well.
Up to 15 numbers.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see what his stats are, because obviously with it being true damage, that means you might want to just stack him for offense and not bother with crit damage. especially if that turns out to be his main damage thing. And then his other special is the child, Grogi, or whatever its name is.
Grogu.
How dare you not his name?
This is blasphemy.
I don't know.
Grogi.
It's just green thing, whatever it is.
That's even worse.
Grogu.
You know what? It's so awful. He could just be like, yeah, here's my sock puppet Yoda. No one will tell the difference.
Sock puppet Yoda.
Hail Sockpit Yoda.
I'm
Okay.
staying in the guild.
So, the Wonder of the Force, it says, dispel all debuffs on all scoundrel allies and equalize their protection, which might not actually be a good thing, because they might not have any. All scoundrel allies recover 20% protection and remove 20% turn meter from all enemies, which can't be evaded, but it can be resisted. The Mandalorian and target other scoundrel ally gain damage immunity for 1 turn, which can't be copied, dispelled, prevented, and tenacity up for 2 turns. This ability starts on cooldown and it has a 4-turn cooldown. Okay, and this is obviously related with one of his other abilities, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
Whenever a scoundrel ally falls below 75% health, he resets that cooldown.
Okay.
So he's a really
he gets
good...
he gets a bonus turn and it gets reset.
Yeah.
That means he's going to be great for this new raid because you're just going to be able to go, no, I'm going to protect that guy. Don't hit anyone.
If they survive.
Yeah, but I think most characters can afford to take 1 hit. And if you've got
You're assuming the Rancor doesn't one-shot someone.
Okay, right.
Could then eat Mando.
The new Rancor is proper boss, but all I'm saying is if you've got like a really durable tank that has a repeating taunt, you could just, and every time he drops below 75 health, Mando just goes, oh no, quick, make him immune to damage. Like,
okay, it's only once per scoundrel.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, looking at that kit, especially with the synergy of IG-11, I think even the new Rancor is going to have a problem with one-shotting IG-11.
You know what? I was thinking Stormtrooper Han, because he gives out turn meter to your guys when he takes damage, or he gets hit or something. Maybe that would work.
Yeah, but who's going to Relic 5 Stormtrooper Han?
You people have done like Relic 8 on the fat Gungan, Grogan, whatever it is, the Gungan guard thing. You know, the pig man. That's him.
Guard.
Yeah, I totally forgot his name
Did you
there.
not literally see my message before saying that I'm going to Relic Gamorrean Guard?
Oh, well, no, I didn't.
Along with Jawas.
No, Jawas I can understand. They seem to have a use, but I'm not sure Gamorrean Guard does.
There's a difference between a meme pick, which is so bad that it's funny, and Stormtrooper Han, who is just not worth relicking for any reason. If you show a Relic Cup, people around you will be like, hey, that's funny. If you show a Relic Stormtrooper Han, people will just feel sad for you.
Okay, but even if you think... I know they will, but I think that Stormtrooper Han's one of those characters where, because of the way that ability works, where if you hit him and he gains turn meter, there could be something there. I would have to check the exact wording, because if it says take damage, it's not going to work. I'm not going to do it. Someone will do it.
Listen to me.
All right.
Pit Rancor blocks TM game.
No, that's fine. It doesn't have to be for the Rancor. It could be for something else.
Okay.
And Stormtrooper Han is worth a relic of using him like a nuke team or something. He's a very good fifth for a nuke team.
He fits in a lot of teams just as, like, if you just need a random tank. The only bad thing about him is he doesn't have a pre-taunt and he's slow, so it takes him a long time to get it going. So you need someone to like feed him up. But anyway, we're getting away from the Mando kit here. So I'm down to Swift Takedown. So inflict healing immunity, deal physical damage. Okay, so you get healing immunity as well as your Whistling Birds thing. It says deal true damage to the enemy for each stack of Whistling Birds. If the enemy is defeated by this ability, any remaining Whistling Birds will damage the weakest remaining enemy. That's pretty cool, so you can't waste them.
No.
It
has like a unique animation, I think they said, where it's randomized rockets each time.
Yeah, and it says it can't be countered or evaded, and enemies defeated by this ability can't be revived. You know what? They keep adding this can't be revived to everything, and the Night Sisters are just getting sadder and sadder and sadder because that is literally their stick.
Yeah, someone in the other alliance I'm in is going to hate that.
Yeah. So his leadership ability is at the start of the battle, Scoundrel allies gain 5% max health, protection, and offense, which isn't really that special. And whenever an enemy takes damage, they gain 2% turn meter.
Which is why Chewbacca is very nice.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem that great because, obviously you can run Chewbacca with CLS and his lead gives more turn meter out than that does.
Yeah. But that's what I was saying about Scoundrels. If they got a damage over time engine, would become immediately really, really good. Because each time a dot activates,
but this doesn't,
they're getting 2% turn meter.
But this doesn't say the enemy has to be damaged by a Scoundrel.
No, that's why dots work. I mean, you could throw in Sidious.
Well, you've got.
I was looking at Mando's kit and immediately thought of a Old Republic team. Because you've got Missions, Albar, and Canderous, they're all Scoundrels. And it's all a lot of dots.
Yeah.
But
and there's all the assists. I mean, it's not
also
a great team, but
there's also conflicting leads.
Why? Who else are you going to use? You're going to use Karth, that loser. Have you seen how bad he is?
I doubt even Beskar Mando can save Karth teams from being soloed by Kylo Ren masked.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
To be fair, a lot of people put Karth on defense in Grand Arena and Territory War, and it's the worst thing possible. The team's okay on offense; it can beat stuff. I don't know why people don't just use it there. But sticking it on defense is like giving away 3 points. Yeah, giving it defense. It's just giving away 3 points. It's like every time I see that team, I'm like, yeah, cool, free win there. Unless you've got unless you've got them all relics and stuff, teams and sometimes you can get really lucky. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes, and I've had it in my videos where Canderous just goes, yeah, you know what? I'm going to shoot you 30 times. Yeah, it sucks, but it doesn't happen very often. Okay, and then his unique protective intuition is he's immune to ability block and has plus 40% potency and tenacity. What does he need potency for?
Healing immunity.
That 1 dot on his basic.
Turn meter reduction as well.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Okay, yeah, so it's not too bad. And then that's got when a Scoundrel falls lower than 75% health, he dispels debuffs on himself and gains Whistling Birds and takes a bonus turn and can do his Wonderness. I could definitely see him being one of those sort of really annoying characters to deal with, but I also kind of feel that you might want to use him on offense because the AI obviously does dumb things and is going to give you the protections from his abilities much better. Whereas if you stick him on defense, there might just be, oh, you just do this, and it's like you just kill him, and it's like, yeah, it's all gone.
That's where you put in L3 and IG11 and just be a horrible person.
Yeah, there are ways around this.
Jawa engineer for the droid revive.
you could put right. Wasn't
JK.
Quill's got a revive as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, but
yeah, but it's a dispellable buff.
Right. Okay, but it's still not that bad. You've still got to have an area of effect cleanse to then cleanse it all to go after Mando. And there's plenty of other revivers that you could play with as well that aren't too bad.
Jawa has revive, heal, and turn meter gain.
And Jawas are Scoundrels as well, aren't they?
No.
Jawa engineer is just Jawa.
Oh, I thought they were Scoundrels as well. How are the Jawas not Scoundrels? They literally rob people.
Don't want them to be overpowered, They're already really OP as it is. Just
it is.
Think giving Scoundrel will make them too much.
Okay. So does anybody think they're going to be able to go for this character this month? Other than Davvo, who saved...
There's a reason Davvo's hoarding.
Who saved 1 million energy.
The reason I won't be able to get him this month is because I slept on Mando. I have Grief and Kara on farm, and obviously I'm hoarding to get IG11 and Quill up to 7-star in the event. But Mando's stuck at 3-star.
Oh, that's really bad. My Mando's on about 70 or 80 out of 100, and my Kara is on the low something out of 100. and I just did grief because I've been farming them since they came out, but just sort of like I don't bother double playing nodes anymore. I'd rather save the crystals to buy stun guns.
2 out of 30 for Mando, 15 out of 30 for grief and Kara.
Yeah, I think I'll probably start doing the droid and the pigman when they go on drops, but I don't know. He looks cool, but I don't know if I've got the gear.
Fair.
Unless you can cheese it with like a Gear 8 squad, I'm like,
you have to have a Gear 10, I believe. Wait, no,
they recommended Gear 10.
Recommended.
It might be that you can do it with like one, like because the droid's so hard, you might be able to go, I just made the droid like Gear 11 or something, and everyone else is Gear 8, and the droid just tanks it. You don't know how. I suppose
bold of you to assume I'm not relicking IG11.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying for like a normal person who just can't pull relics out of his ass, or isn't going to spend a load of money, that could be a reasonable option to unlock him. I don't know. Yeah. We'll have to see.
Davvo is such a whale. Imagine buying Finalizer.
Can you even do the mission for that yet?
Nope. I'm still farming bounty hunter ships.
Mine's almost at 7 stars. Or it's on its way. Oh, you know what? We do need my fleet. Anyway, so moving on. Let's pick our next topic. So as a guild, we had our first go at the light side Geonosis. And it's been an experience.
So much fun.
The guy. You funny guy.
Yes.
So yeah,
an experience is one way.
Have you guys? I mean, I've been looking at the scores that have been popping up, and I know Uni's done quite well with his clones. But have you guys had much luck with any of your other teams?
I mean, I got 2 out of 4 in wave 1 in Mothma, but other than that, they've just been slowly trailing off in waves. I got 0 out of 8 waves this phase.
Yeah, there does seem to be a sort of like quite a sort of a random thing, whether it's the team is. I mean, I've not played it enough to be able to tell, but I don't know if it's like the starting team is randomized a little bit, or just what the AI decides to do at the start can really throw you. I mean, I managed to.
I mean, it's definitely with the clones. It's definitely RNG because, like, I got 0 out of 4, and my second. We're on phase 3 now, aren't we?
Yes.
The second run, I got 5 nukes immediately. So I lost sacrifice, so I couldn't do anything. I got 0 out of 4. But the other 2 times I've had Rex or Ark have been nuked, and I've got the sacrifice, and that's got me to 3 out of 4. So
yeah, what is it that's killing him off? Is it the Droidica?
Droidica every time.
Yeah, because he does true damage, doesn't he? So is there any way you could mod 5s differently? Do you think to like better survive that?
I don't think so. I'm modding for offense because I just do it for the raids.
Yeah.
Honestly, can't be bothered remodding him for, like I said, territory battles.
I did mine for defense, and my reasoning for that was because I unlocked gas. The standard gas counter was knock gas down and then hammer on 5s and try and kill him off. And the idea was that if you can make 5s hard enough, they basically don't kill him. Or they kill him, but they don't get anyone else, and then gas stands back up. That was my thought anyway. Yeah. But I've never set them on defense. I'm too busy murdering like entire teams with him.
I mean, yeah. It's just... It was interesting because obviously I didn't even play this round, but it was very hard. Everything's just been hard.
Yeah.
Can we just go back to dark side?
Next one we'll have some more dark side, but I mean I've definitely noticed that you need to have a whole team of relic guys because that one other character just gets battered. I did try putting Hermit Yoda in, even though mine's only Gear 11, because he's got the start with the stealth and he gets 100% evasion. He was just standing there and all their attacks were missing. and that was okay. But they dropped gas before I got a turn. So I couldn't put Master's Training on him because you can't put it on him while he's kneeling down. So I had to put it. Yeah, so I had to put it on like Kenobi, and then as soon as I put it on Kenobi, the droids were like, "Yeah, that's cute. Kenobi's dead." So yeah, that didn't go very well. So I was like, oh, okay. But I did manage to do the Padme special mission. I lost gas. I took the traditional Padme squad with 3PO. And I think you pretty much have to have 3PO in that because you really need to call the assistant to get rid of the B2s because they're all based on stacks. And when the Jedi heroes take an action, they take a bonus action. So you use like 3PO to call Anakin in, and Anakin will do multiple attacks. And then because you use the special, you also call Ahsoka in, so you can drop the stacks really fast. But I lost.
Clones are great.
Yeah, I lost GK to the last attack the enemy made in the first wave, but then I just walked through the rest of it. I just kept using like Padme's kick. I was just using that on the B2s to again just call in assists and drain the stacks, but I was mostly using like her basic because it obviously gives you the crit immunity, and that just kept everyone going. That wasn't too bad, but other than that, I've not really had a great deal of luck. And the fleet missions have been horrible. Did you guys get anywhere on those? Because I didn't.
Don't bother.
Yeah, I don't have a 7-star capital ship.
Really? You don't even have like
both of them 7-star.
You don't even have like Mace Windu?
No.
How is this possible?
To be fair, neither do I.
But what? I don't understand how this can not be possible.
I've got the best light side capitals. What? Me?
How can you not have these? How many?
I have like Mace Windu at 6-star. You know, like just don't think I've ever got around.
The challenges are so easy.
Yeah.
I know, but I just don't think I've ever got around to doing it. You know how bad I am with ships anyway, so.
Yeah, but it's like every month that turns up and you get 15 shards, and it's like you guys have been playing this game for like a couple of years now. How have you not got this?
I ignored ships for most of my first year.
It's the same for me.
All right. Well, I did the complete opposite.
Yeah, same, but I've still got them both 7-star.
You're obviously just a superior human being, aren't you?
I mean, it's quite clear I am. I mean, look at my Gear 11 Jawas.
I want some Gear 11 Jawas, but that's not going to happen. I'm too busy. Rolo's eating all the gear. Just all the gear. She's so horrible. She's probably one of the worst characters I've ever geared.
The light side territory battle was going to be hard when my Mace Windu gear 12.8 got deleted in one turn. I just thought that was disgusting, to be honest.
Needed to throw in that Gear 12 Mace Windu flex.
Have you got Gear 12 Mace Windu? I've not looked at your roster. Please tell me you don't have Gear 8, Gear 12 Mace Windu, because that's awful.
Well, he's going to carry me, but you know.
He can't even carry himself. So yeah, that's not going very well.
I have a newfound respect for you.
You just know that when Fallen Anakin drops, like Relic 7 Windu is going to be like a requirement, and I'm going to already be there, and then no one's going to be laughing then.
Your Windu's higher geared than your Fallen Bastille Shan is.
Why isn't yours?
Because Mace Windu sucks and he's light side.
I mean, I got my Mace Windu up to, I think mine's like Gear 11 because I had to put him up for the gas event because you needed the minimum power on the capital ship.
I refuse to do gas until I get Negotiator.
You need a 7-star Negotiator.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not gearing up Mace Windu.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, but I got to that point where I was like, it's this or it's like wait another year. So I did it. I'm
going for gas soon anyway.
Yeah, you get there quicker than you think when you start doing certain stuff like the droids or Padme or whatever. All of a sudden you realise you're like, oh, I need to do this one level. But yeah, that was an effort.
Especially coming off the back of a Galactic Legend grind like you're doing at the moment, Uni.
Yeah, you do the Sith Emperor. You're doing quite well on him though, aren't you?
Uni or me?
Well, both of you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm practically there to a degree. Like considering like how far away I was like a month ago, it's pretty much like it. If I was to like get the requirements tomorrow, yeah, I'd have to whale. But like it's looking realistic, like early year.
Very nice.
I disconnected what's been said.
Oh, we were just saying you guys were close to the Sith Eternal.
Yeah, got 5 tunes, not gear 13.
Yeah, well, at least you'll be able to go around being the old man and stomping on everybody.
Yeah, until we come up against an Imperial Trooper team and it just dumps all over them.
Yeah.
But the troopers have got a lot better.
Because CG said that, Eternal Emperor and Jedi Master Luke were going to be the same power levels as Rey and Kylo, so I mean that turned out.
Well, they have the same power in the game when you look at the power stat, which does nothing, but that's it.
Like Rey and Kylo get released, and you basically need Wat Tambor to get even close to them. You have to break apart all these teams, these meta teams, just to have some sort of counter in Arena or in GAC, and then all of a sudden, old man Palpatine comes along, and Veers and Stark just come along and just take a huge dump on his chest.
In fairness, Palp can solo gas. Palp can solo gas.
Yeah,
he's. From what I understand, he's he could basically solo all the light side, but just don't send any dark side near him because he crumbles. He's literally that sort of like the rock paper scissors, but he's just rock. That's it. He deals with one amazingly, but just don't send him anywhere near the other.
But he has got the best animation out of all 4 of them, so.
But speaking of Sith Emperor, have you guys seen my opponent in GAC?
Yeah.
Yes.
The whaliest of whales ever. He's got he's got Relic 8. He is the whale. I'm just hoping
that spoiling it for the viewers.
Oh yeah, well they're going to see it tomorrow anyway.
Tune into the next video.
They'll probably see it before this video goes out.
Maybe I might put this video out later tonight. But yeah, his oh god, it's just so intimidating when you look at someone's roster and you're like, how has this guy got 100k less GP than me, and he's got 2 GLs?
And then you look at their mods.
Oh, his mods are questionable. They're not his mods on his troopers are really, really good. They're plus 130 speed, and his mods on his GLs are great. But on his other characters, he's got Relic 7 Vader, but he's on plus 40 speed or something. And I'm just like, wow, okay.
Money whaling cannot buy you know-how.
Well, he's obviously smart enough to do his troopers. But from his name, I think he watches
40 speed on his Vader. What a peasant!
Yeah,
Mark started on Vader speed.
Well, I know, but his name's like Larry the Sith Trooper, so I assume he watches Arnold's videos a lot. So I'm hoping that his strategy is a bit weak.
In fairness, I've got 140 on Stark.
Yeah, but you have this thing. I swear that you just take the same mods and move them from character to character, and then just show off how good your character is.
I mean, I actually haven't. I've been getting quite good with luck with speed mods recently.
I have awful luck with mods. I've now got
5 people over 300, and once Piet's gear 13, that'll be 6.
Yeah, I just don't have any luck with mods. Not with if I get a lucky mod with speed, it's always some random ass mod that has no other mods to go with it. Like it'll be a defense mod, and I'll be like, oh cool, I've got this really fast defense mod, and there's
That's what my 2 most recent ones have
there's
been.
5 characters in the game that need them, and I'm like, oh, so I'm a bit limited in some ways with my mods. That, and I've got quite a wide roster. I've got a lot of stuff, so you can only do so many things. So, just something rosters. So, Davvo, I saw Tilo Mad's review of your roster.
Yo.
How do you feel about this?
I am pretty happy with guidance because I was gearing up to prepare for a Jedi Master Luke farm. As the video dropped, I was writing up a route. I was doing everything, and then he was like, "Yo, you should go for gas," and I thought, yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I did see you search gas on the Discord to see how close you were.
Yeah.
While I was watching that video. So you're pretty pleased with his review then? You don't you're not just taking because I'd imagine because I'm sure did he do uni as well?
Yeah.
Because my sort
that was really early.
Yeah, I don't know. My sort of inner monologue as uni would be like, "So what's the review? Screw that! I'm going to do some Jawas."
I mean, that's what he does to us anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like uni. Did you get anything out of his review?
I mean, it's been a while since I've watched it, but I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah. I mean, of course, he told me to keep going for bounty hunters like every 5 minutes, and I just thought, no.
He did that to Davvo as well.
Yeah.
He loves his bounty hunters as much as you and Party Dog.
Well, I do really like my bounty hunters, but as you've noticed, my bounty hunters have trailed off because I've not had any spare stun guns like such a thing exists to.
And also, for some reason, you are adamant that Grief and Mando were not what you wanted.
It's not that they're not what I wanted. It's just that I've already got this stuff. I can't just. If I'm going to go and do more bounty hunter stuff, I might do them. My main gripe for Grief and Mando is that they're light side and the bounty hunters are dark side. So you can't use them in the territory battle.
I still think bounty hunters should be neutral.
It's kind
of people. I mean, Vader has to tell them not to disintegrate people.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, but they take contracts from anybody who pays them. So
yeah, you've got bounty hunters that work for the Galactic Republic.
Yeah, there are multiple moments in the Clone Wars where Embo and people are just working for the Republic.
Okay, well, no, maybe they would.
Teamed up with the Republic, teamed up with the Jedi. I want Hondo. Hondo should be in the game, and Hondo needs to be
that character does need to be in the game. I can't believe they've not put him in.
Hail Hondo.
Hondo's amazing.
There's a few characters where you go, how is that character not here?
They say in one of the podcasts that he's coming though.
Like a Jawa GL.
What, it's just the sandcrawler?
If it's a vehicle, I'm not farming it.
I'd have to. I would have to.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm having a Jawa vehicle and not farming it.
Oh, I just really hope they don't put vehicles in this game. I've just got enough with ships.
There are already vehicles in the game, bro.
At one point, they were swearing that they were going to do vehicles as the new game mode. And I was like, oh, this is going to suck.
And then Galactic Challengers came out.
That's going to 2 a week now, isn't it? So, or soon it's going to 2 a week. So that's one of those weird ones, because when I started building my roster, or when I started playing this game, I approached this game from the same standpoint that I used to play Command and Conquer, and that was build as much shit that gets you more resources. So, and that's why I've got quite a wide roster, and because I was like, I want to be able to play every event. I don't want to be, missing out.
Yeah, that's fair.
So now I'm thinking.
I think we did.
Now I'm thinking with these challenges, and they're going to be 2 a week, which means they're going to be different. And I hope they're just not flipping it, like going, oh, it's resistance versus droids, and now it's droids versus resistance, because that would be a bit lazy. But it means that you're going to have a squad of everything, especially if you want the top level as well. You're going to need some quite good stuff.
I think it's safe to say me and Davvo didn't go down that route when we started.
No, that's how I started, and it's and I really didn't want the Old Republic Jedi, because I have 0 interest. Even though I've played those video games to death, the characters aren't that interesting.
That's another
one.
Starkiller.
I picked up...
How is it Starkiller?
Starkiller is... Force Unleashed is one of my favourite games.
The first Force Unleashed is alright. The second one is dreadful.
I think they're both dreadful, really. In terms of gameplay, the opening scene for the Force Unleashed, the opening level, is probably arguably one of the greatest opening levels in video game history.
Yeah.
The gameplay is just so clunky on both of them.
Isn't it just...
Mark, you realise I can kick you.
What's that?
I can
He's
kick
just threatening
you,
you, ignore him.
The second one was just Stormtrooper Extermination Simulator.
The story was really weak in the second one as well, where they were like, "Oh, we're just going to bring the character back because clones." Yeah, so we've kind of exhausted my list of topics. Is there anything else you guys want to add before we close this out?
Nothing in particular, I don't think.
I was absolutely relying on you to come up with topics.
Well, I had like 5 topics, and we extended this to about 7, so I think we did pretty good. We've been going for like I don't know, 40 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we'll leave it there. I doubt anyone's going to listen to all of this. Our sort of insane rambling about things.
Oh yeah,
probably not.
But if someone does listen to this,
will.
Well, I'll have to.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, if people do enjoy it, obviously leave a comment, and yeah, we'll try and do some more. So yeah, cheers guys. We'll see you later.
See you, dude.
Toodles.